Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to clean fabric wheel wells in like basically no time, because this is a huge area where detailers get hung up. Hey guys, Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing. I'm a pro detailer based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm doing a maintenance client right now, and I just thought, hey, I'm gonna shoot this video real quick because we're dealing with these nasty fabric wheel wells, and you guys can see these types of wheel wells that are coated in fabric. Generally speaking, they catch all of the dirt in these tiny nooks and crannies that are really difficult to get to if you don't have a basic system or a basic process that just takes care of it like that. And so that's what I wanna give you guys right now. Now, without overcomplicating anything, the very first thing I'm gonna do is just blast this with my pressure washer. I'm gonna get as close to the fabric as I possibly can with my pressure washer. So I'm gonna actually get up inside here and just blast off all the surface dirt. Now, it's also important for me to say that I'm gonna over focus on the areas that I can see. And so when you're looking into a wheel well, the areas that you can obviously see are right here behind the wheel, behind the tire. You've got the left area, the right area, and then if you're looking just straight ahead, you've got a fabric coated piece right here. That's where I wanna spend most of my time, not necessarily up into it right here, because there's gonna be inevitably a certain amount of dirt that's left in here that's really not your or my job to make sure 100% of it is gone all the time, because you're just gonna kick dirt right back up in there as soon as you're finished. Now, second thing I'm gonna do is just take my cleaner. This is actually Meguiar's wheel and tire cleaner diluted 5:1. You could use super clean diluted 1:1, 5:1. You really don't have to worry about damaging anything when you're dealing with wheel wells like this. And I'm, like I said, gonna spray my cleaner in the areas that I can see mostly. So right here where I'm looking back, the right side and the left side. And what you'll notice with a car that's relatively newer is that the wheel wells, after you pressure wash it even the first time, are actually pretty clean already. You don't have to do all that much stuff. But there's no reason for me to let my cleaner sit and dwell. It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna stir anything up. Basically, what the fabric is that lines the wheel wells here is kind of like the Impossible fabric on the interior, but instead of getting basic dirt from people's shoes, it gets dirt from the road. So that's why this is such an area that detailers get hung up on, because it just sucks. It catches horrible dirt in a horrible material. Now, at this point, there are basically two tools that I will reach for that basically cut my time in half relative to most detailers. Number one, a long handle wheel well brush. This is what I would use on most wheel wells, even if they're not fabric lined, though it would work on this one because this is a relatively clean wheel well. And so I can take this, dip it in a bucket of water, which is actually what I suggest you guys do, and I can start scrubbing just like this. But for the sake of talking about the tool that I really think matters here, this is a cone or a round drill brush, and it's a medium stiffness drill brush. I also have an adapter on my drill that gives me a little bit of extra extension here. This is going to speed you up cleaning fabric wheel wells that need to be scrubbed in order to really get the visual areas clean, apart from just using a pressure washer. So this is actually what I suggest using in a moment like this. Now, to make this even easier, what I like to do after I've sprayed my cleaner is take my pressure washer and spray a little bit more water all up in here to where I do get it kind of dripping. So the reason I do that is because, like I said, you've got basically the Impossible carpeting that is the fabric that lines these wheel wells. The more water I can introduce, the more this is going to be effective, because instead of just stirring up fibers, you're actually stirring up some liquid that's pulling the dirt out from underneath the fibers. So I really just do like this. And I'm obviously going to focus on the areas that I can see are particularly dirty. And again, I'm focusing on the areas that I can see with my naked eye without having to bend over and look at all the cracks and crevices, because that's what the customer is going to be doing. Now, after that, that's all I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and pressure wash all of this out. Now, believe it or not, I could literally stop right there. So you can see that I didn't have to rinse a bunch. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one, when I stirred up with the water before the drill brush, I rinsed a little bit of the cleaner out. Number two, you do not have to rinse all of the cleaner out of these wheel wells. I know some people hear that and they think you're cutting corners. That's just not the case. The cleaner is going to get, in some cases, kind of trapped in different parts of the fabric, and there's not a lot you can do about it. And you could spend all day literally just sitting here rinsing. And so what I'm going for is I want to rinse until I don't see a bunch of suds, and then I can go ahead and back off. I'll use my pressure washer close up at first, and then I'm gonna very quickly take it back to just generally wash out all of the cracks, crevices, the debris that's still stuck in there. So all in all, in terms of the entire process, rinsing, spraying, using the drill brush, and then a final rinse, this can all be done in basically 60 seconds. Now I wanna bring you guys in here for just a quick final look at the wheel well so you can see what I'm talking about, how quickly this happened. And all I'm doing is focusing on getting all that debris out. Go to the other side as well. You can see again, I'm just focusing on the areas areas that I can see, not necessarily on the areas that are kind of tucked up back in here. But you can see we've rinsed all that debris out. And one of the things that's actually helpful about this material is that yes, it's the Impossible carpeting, but it's even thinner than the type of Impossible carpeting that's in a car. And so in some ways, it does trap debris a little bit less. It holds onto the debris a little bit less. But you can see how clean that wheel well is and how quickly that happened. So that's really it. A pressure washer, your favorite cleaner, and of course that drill brush that's round and can be attached with kind of an extension because it helps get in there. And then making sure that you understand how to actually systematize the process. Say, okay, first I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. And I'm not getting caught up in the details in any one of those processes, because if I can just move from this to this without getting too in the weeds, then when I'm completely done at a zoomed out point of view, it's totally perfect. And that's all I need to do with wheel wells anyways. So this is a really easy way to use the right tool and the right system in a part of the exterior detail process that hangs up a ton of detailers because they're trying to get the fabric perfect, when really if you just follow this simple system with a couple simple tools, it makes everything go so much faster. Hopefully this helps, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys got some value here, make sure to wash that like button by clicking it and turning it blue, because it tells me you got some value here, and it'll help me continue to put out videos just like this for detailers who are seeing cars on a daily basis. As always, thank you so much for being involved, and from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.